Recording, cool. Hello. This is a video demonstration of my EMCT final project. It's this little thing down here. I made it in Max MSP. It's essentially a MIDI tool musicians can use to generate new creative ideas and sort of explore, the musical possibilities within their own work. So it functions by taking your incoming MIDI and kind of smartly randomizing it, generating new patterns, basically. It's made using a process called a Markov chain, which I'll go into a little bit now. I won't waste too much time on it. Basically, this process, sort of pseudo-random process where it'll take into account previous states of the sequence, MIDI sequence, so it can generate you more cohesive results than just purely randomizing something, because it will take into consideration previous notes that it's heard and kind of establish relationships between these notes in the sequence and be able to generate you patterns that are way more coherent. This is pretty much aimed at anyone who, any producer or musician that uses MIDI in their creative workflow in pretty much any genre I've found. I'll put a link in the description to where you can download this from my GitHub. But yeah, it's free and anyone can use it. I'd be very grateful if people did use it and gave me some feedback. But yeah, here's a little demo. So I'll just keep this bypassed now so you can hear a MIDI pattern coming into it. I'll get rid of this amp as well, just so it sounds a bit more dry. So, pattern I've made in Ableton, just through the piano roll, very simple, kind of 4/4 pattern. And plugin's not doing anything at the minute, but once I build or specify the order of this Markov chain, which is basically the amount of previous steps that it considers when generating this new pattern. So let's just do the previous 20, for example. Once I build, see that this is flashing now, which means it's working. And once I bypass this, it's a clear variation of the original pattern, but still sounds pretty coherent, retains a lot of the swing and groove that was, present in the previous pattern. And yeah, it's a great way of just being able to come up with new ideas. And, if you want to resample this into a new MIDI track, it's really easy. Just come on, open a new MIDI lane like this. You set your MIDI from whichever track you want it to grab the data from, press record, and then you can see it's all churning it out here into a new MIDI track. And then, if you want to come and play this back, we'll just get rid of the plugin here. And then move this onto here, and then you can play it just out of here as if there was no pattern there. So it's it's great for coming up with new ideas really quickly and just basically what I just said. So far the functionality seems to be a bit limited when it comes to like melodic elements. I can show you here. So we've just got a basic rave generator here. Nifty little plugin. Love this thing. Just so we can hear this coming out of here. Let's get that on, bypass it. So pretty classic synth pad sequence, most people will know. Let's get up to 140. And that's, yeah, cool. And we can just build this. Great, it's not working. There we go. Yeah, sometimes I've found that the plugin can get stuck sometimes, probably due to my my limited knowledge of Macs, despite having done this for nearly 3 years. But yeah, you can just press pause and press play, and it seems to fix any sort of hiccups. And as you can see now, it's working, and we'll bypass this. So this is the output coming from the plugin now, and you know, still cohesive, sounds somewhat similar to the input, but you know, with a variation there, which could be, you know, great to put in, you know, in a different section, or in, you know, you have like a, you know, end of an 8-bar where you just want to kind of introduce a new section in the song. It's very handy for just coming up with those sorts of ideas really quickly. Also works on drum breaks, which if people in the know, jungle producers in Ableton probably know that you can slice up break beats into a MIDI track. It's a very, very, you know, simple thing to do. I won't go over it now because there's a million tutorials online that do a better job of explaining it than I do. But yeah, let's get all this off, and I can show you how it works with breakbeats as well. So, just have it bypassed. What's this pattern here? Oh yeah, we'll get up to 160 as well. Jungle territory. We'll play this out, turn on the MIDI track. Got your angles break coming through here. Very nice, very nice. And we'll build. Not working again. There we go. Yeah, so pressing pause and pressing play seems to solve a lot of these issues. I really need to find a way to fix that in a later version. But yeah, we'll bypass this. We'll change the order to... Everything so far has been at a pretty high order, but we can do it, like, say, of an order of 4, which considers the 4 previous steps in the chain, basically. And we can bypass this, and we'll have a look at the output. It's quite choppy. Let's try with a different pattern. Bit chaotic, to be honest, but, you know, it's all a matter of just experimenting, resampling into new MIDI tracks, and, you know, it will churn out an output that does sound coherent, that you can just resample and then implement into your project, basically. So this is it bypassed. Very Aphex Twinny, I think. But yeah, this is the project, and like I said, it will be available to download from my GitHub. Oh damn. And yeah, that's been me, Stephen, presenting my EMCT final project. Oh, I can get this up on YouTube and go and have a pint, I think. Bye.